Good morning. This is Mike Houston with your Saturday morning weather hazard briefing for southeast Idaho. Looking at our weather impact summaries, we see a fast-moving system sweeping through the region today. That'll result in snow across the northern mountains and wind down here in the Snake River Plain. We are looking to see a second system following across the region on Sunday. We'll take a look at that here, but looks to be uncertain on the placement of the snow with that at this point. And then by the time we get out to Monday and Tuesday, we'll be under a moist northwest flow, so we'll see a continuation of light snowfall across the central and eastern mountains. And then we see a third storm system working into the region here on Wednesday with widespread snowfall across southeast Idaho. Here we are looking at the satellite imagery this morning. Here, a low-pressure system off the northwest coast. This low-pressure system and associated precipitation will spread inland fairly rapidly today, which will bring us that snow for the northern mountains and wind down here in the Snake River Plain. Looking at our scary weather impact matrix, we see that we moderate impacts here in the Snake River Plain for wind, and then shading a little stronger in the Sawtooth region here for moderate impacts due to snow and some breezy conditions. Actually only looking at snowfall of about 1 to 6 inches there. And then certainly breezy conditions and maybe some wind and snow in other areas that may cause some minimal impacts. For Sunday, I've got the region, especially the Snake River Plain, Magic Valley, Southern Highlands, and Eastern Highlands lit up with minimal impacts, and that's basically because we're expecting some light snow. Could be anywhere from 1 to 2, maybe even 3 inches if it gets pretty crazy, but right now we're having a difficult time pinpointing where that will be. The models have been fairly inconsistent from run to run. We'll continue to see some light snowfall going into Monday and Tuesday, and then the next storm system moves into the region on Wednesday. I'm looking at minimal to maybe moderate impacts here in the Eastern Highlands and Central Mountains. We'll see how that shapes up as we get closer to that event. Here's the storm track for today. That low-pressure system, like I said, now this morning moving onshore. And then as we get into the afternoon hours, it sweeps east fairly rapidly through southern Idaho. By 5 p.m., even off into western Wyoming here. As a result, we will see strong gusty winds. I've got a depiction here at 2 p.m. this afternoon of wind gusts generally running up into the 30 to 40 mile per hour range here throughout the Snake River Plain, with the bulk of it right down here into the Pocatello area. You see some higher gusts here across the ridge lines here across the central and southeast highlands as well. We'll also bring some snow to the region. We are expecting anywhere from 1 to 4 inches here up into the Stanley Basin. If you get along these ridge lines here, it could easily see 6 inches up along the peak of the Sawtooth Range. But generally 1 to 4 inches throughout the region here, and potentially 1 to 4 inches here across the Eastern Highlands from Island Park down to through the Big Hole Mountains. Here's that storm system for Sunday. Right here, this little wiggle in the lines here, the storm track coming through here. So expect to see some precipitation accompanying this on Sunday. Right now, it's a guess. We got about 1 to 2 inches here in the Central Mountains and 1 to 4 inches here across the Southeast Highlands. Like I said, could be anywhere from 1 to 3 inches depending on how the system shapes up here within the Snake River Plain. So I'm asking you folks to remain on your toes and have your shovels ready. By Monday, ridge begins to redevelop here off the west coast. That puts southeast Idaho in this northwest flow aloft. There is moisture spilling over the top of the ridge from off the Pacific there. So these upslope regions here in the Central Mountains and Eastern Highlands will continue to see some light snowfall Monday through Tuesday, and then the total for the 2-day period here, Monday and Tuesday. Generally 1 to 3 inches here in the Central Mountains and 1 to 4 inches here across the Eastern Highlands. I might be a little strong here with the totals here. But generally the idea is that these will be the regions where you'll see some light snowfall ongoing Monday and Tuesday. By Wednesday, we see the next storm system working into the region with plenty of moisture associated with this particular storm. The 24-hour precipitation total, it really should run from Wednesday through Thursday, but this is the liquid amount of precipitation that's expected. If you just take the decimal point and move it one position to the right, that'll give you a first guess of what type of snowfall we might be expecting through this. So, generally here in the Central Mountains, maybe 1 to 3 inches. Get down here in the Snake River Plain and anywhere from a half to an inch of snow. And then another area of 1 to 3 inches over here in the Island Park and Big Hole Mountain regions for Wednesday. So once again, our summary, fast-moving system ripping through the region today. Looks like it'll deliver some snow to the northern mountains with generally 1 to 4 inches. You might see upwards of 6 inches in the Sawtooth region, and certainly quite a bit of wind here through the Snake River Plain. We do have a second system following for Sunday. Right now it's fairly uncertain as to the placement of where the heavier snowfall will be, so stay tuned on that one. And then once we get into Monday and Tuesday, we get into a moist northwest flow, so you'll see the Central Mountains and Eastern Highlands continue to see some light snowfall through that time frame. And then we see a third storm system working into the region on Wednesday with widespread snowfall across the region. If you had any comments or questions, please go ahead and give us a call here at the number on the screen. We'll be happy to help you out.